Welcome. Apologies, I just had a little technical hitch there. Thank you for bearing with me. So welcome to the daily mindfulness and relaxation podcast from the Centre for Wellbeing. I'm Kate Brady from the Centre for Wellbeing, and today we've got a really useful mindfulness exercise for you. This is called Leaves on the Stream. So to explain the background of this mindfulness exercise, if you've listened to these podcasts before, you'll know, or if you've had experience of mindfulness before, you'll know that mindfulness is about bringing our awareness into the present, being present to ourselves and our experience, what we can see, feel, taste and touch, into awareness of our bodies. And with this, we find that we can become grounded, centered, much more aware of the world around us and other people. And it helps with stress, anxiety, low mood. Now, one of the reasons that mindfulness helps with this is because it brings us out of our attention being kind of locked in to our thinking. So most of the time when we go about our daily business, we're absolutely locked into that stream, that unending stream of thoughts. And thoughts are usually about the past and what we've done or could have done or wish we hadn't done, or they tend to be about the future. So a lot of the time they're about planning, worrying, thinking about the future, imagining the future, trying to work out what we do if such and such happened, dwelling on worries and anxieties. This is very common. Most human beings do this. So mindfulness helps us to just unhook ourselves from that stream of thinking and just come into the present and what we're experiencing right now. Now, to do this, we're not talking about trying to stop thinking, because that is quite impossible. So if I said to you, don't think of a pink elephant, first thing you think about is you have a thought about a pink elephant. So we can't stop thinking. And so trying to stop thinking is an absolute waste of energy and just makes us feel more stressed. What we're aiming to do with this exercise is start to develop the ability just to stand back and start to observe thoughts from a distance, if you like. So just noticing that thoughts are like events that happen in our minds. We haven't got any control over whether they come and whether they go, but they do. They just pass through our minds in a constant stream. And we find that when we can stand back, observe and watch those thoughts go through the mind, rather than getting totally caught up with them, thinking more about them, worrying about them, when we can stand back, we start to develop that ability to center ourselves, to be focused, to be calm, and to use thinking as it's meant to be used, as a tool to solve problems when they need to be solved, and to put that tool on one side when we don't need to be solving a problem right this moment. So this exercise, Leaves on a Stream, is there to help us do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a brief body scan, so fairly short, just so that we really come into our bodies And then we're going to do this visualizing the leaves on the stream exercise. Now, don't worry, I'm going to talk you through it, so no problem. Now, there are some people who, rather than sort of visualizing things, tend to get a sense of them. So it's almost like they physically feel things. So this exercise does involve visualizing. Don't worry, if you're not someone who can visualize, just get that sense in your body of what it's like to be sitting by a stream and watching the leaves. So just do it in your own way. So the thing about mindfulness is there's no right way, there's no wrong way. You are unique, and the way your mind works is unique. Just do what works for you and play about with it to find what does work for you. Okay, so let's get started. So as always with mindfulness, getting comfy in your chair. And as you know, if you've seen me before, I like to close my eyes when I'm guiding these exercises because that helps me get into it. So I'm kind of doing it with you. So getting comfy on your chair, and if you like, you can close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. If not, just allow the eyes to be lowered and really soft focus. And first of all, just taking a couple of slightly deeper breaths. So you can imagine those breaths are bringing us into the body, into awareness of the body. Breathing in and then just letting go of any unnecessary tension that may be in the body. So first off, we start by really grounding our attention, by bringing it all the way down the body into the feet, the soles of the feet, and noticing how they feel as they rest on the floor, on the ground. So as always with mindfulness, not thinking about our feet, but just feeling our way into them. And being curious about what sensations are here right now. Noticing the toes, and the tops of the feet, the arches, and the heels. Now bringing awareness to the whole of the feet as they rest on the ground. Lots of sensations in the feet. And then noticing the ankles, how they feel. Ankles work very hard. How are they feeling right now? What sensations are here? And now noticing the calves, the lower legs. Just feeling our way into the calves. Noticing the knees. And then bringing our awareness to the thighs. So just holding the whole of the legs and the feet in awareness. Noticing the sensations present right now. Noticing how they come and they go again. In a constant playing of different sensations. And then noticing the bottom on the chair, how the chair supports our body. How does it feel as the body rests and makes contact with the chair? And seeing if you can allow the body to let go into that support just a little bit more. And noticing the pelvic area, the front, the lower belly, and the back, the lower back. Bringing a very gentle, open awareness here, as if we're greeting an old friend. How is this area feeling right now? Then bringing the awareness into the stomach, the middle of the torso, and the mid-back. What sensations are here? Bringing this awareness with a very kindly, compassionate sense. And then noticing the chest, and the back, the shoulders, and the front of the chest. Noticing the breathing moving in the chest. The sensations of breathing, how that feels right now. Allowing the chest to soften and open. Shoulders to let go. Bringing awareness to the arms, the hands, fingers. Noticing the aliveness of sensations here. And bringing the attention to the neck area. And notice any areas of tension while we're doing this. Not having to force those areas to be different. Just acknowledging whatever we are feeling and sensing in that area. And allowing our awareness to be very soft around it. Bringing the awareness to the face, to the back of the head, and the top of the head. What sensations are here right now? So now bringing the awareness to the whole of the body, holding the whole of the body in our awareness. Just notice how many sensations arise and fall away, just as we rest here. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just being here with ourselves. So now just imagine that you're sitting on a grassy bank by a stream. So you might imagine the sun shining down, beautiful blue sky, maybe a gentle breeze. There might be some wonderful summery fragrances floating in the air as well. And imagining you can see the stream gently moving, a kind of lazy meander. And just watching that stream moving. And noticing that there are leaves on the surface of the stream moving along, being carried away by the flow of the current in the water. And now just imagining a piece of magic, imagining that thoughts, as they come along in your mind, as they will do, just imagining those thoughts floating out of your mind, and each one just softly lands on one of those leaves. And as you watch that happening, notice how the thoughts are just carried away by the leaf. You can just watch it floating away. So whenever you notice a thought coming along, just imagining it floating out of your mind, floating down onto one of those leaves as the stream carries them away, far, far away, until you can see them no more. So the thoughts might be coming slowly, or they might be coming fast. There might be lots of leaves on the stream and lots of thoughts. That's okay. So it really doesn't matter whether the thoughts are fast or slow. Just allowing them, almost of their own accord, float out of your mind and onto a leaf. See if you can just allow them to float away. And sometimes we have quite sticky thoughts that like to hang around more than the other ones. And that's okay too. Just imagining even a sticky thought that perhaps we're likely to get caught up in, floating down onto a nice sturdy leaf. Maybe it hangs around for a while. Maybe it goes very slowly down the stream. That's okay. So we're not trying to force the thoughts onto the leaves. We're really just letting them float at their own pace, in their own time. And just watching them as they float away from us. And if at any time it feels difficult with the thoughts, coming back to the breathing as an anchor. So if we feel we're getting too caught up with a particular thought or train of thoughts and kind of a bit stuck to them, and just bring your awareness to the breath once again, allowing the attention to rest in the breathing, perhaps letting it sink down into the belly, to notice the belly rising and falling with the in-breath and the out-breath. And just anchoring ourselves in the breathing, and then when we're ready, and if we're ready, returning to that grassy bank, watching the thoughts just float away from us on the leaves. And not giving ourselves a hard time, beating ourselves up if we get caught up in thoughts. That's what happens. That's just how we work. So when we notice that we've got really caught up with thoughts, congratulating ourselves that we've noticed, and then bringing the attention back to sitting on that bank of that stream, watching the leaves flow past, watching the thoughts float on to those leaves and be carried away. And just seeing if we can be with this sense of watching thoughts, observing thoughts, noticing thoughts as just thoughts, as kind of events that happen in the mind. So without having to chase them or stick to them, seeing if we can allow them to pass quite naturally and easily as we rest here. So now just letting go of that peaceful scene of the stream, bringing our awareness back to the body again, the breathing that moves the whole of the body. Noticing the temperature of the air on our skin. Maybe noticing sounds in the world around us, reaching our ears. And just congratulating ourselves for having done this exercise, for having made the effort, whether it was easy or perhaps it was difficult. All the more reason to feel grateful to ourselves for doing it, to doing what can help our well-being and look after ourselves. So thank you very much for watching, and hope you have a lovely rest of the day wherever you are. Take care.